Sam Roy's Field at historic John E. Richardson Stadium. It is high school baseball for you on the radio this afternoon and here on our live stream as the Glasgow Scotties entertain the Hazard Bulldogs from Eastern Kentucky. Joe Myers and Bruce Dubuque along with you for our broadcast here this afternoon. Hazard is on spring break this week, if you're wondering why they are all the way over here in South Central Kentucky at this time of day and during the middle of the week. They are on spring break. They're going to play Glasgow today. They will play at Adair County tomorrow, and then they're scheduled to play at Barron County on Friday. They are 3-5 coming into this ball game. They last played on Saturday when they lost to West Jessamine by a final score of 6-0. The Scotties come in here at 6-4 overall, and their last outing was on Monday, a game which we had for you on the radio and on our live stream when they fell to Greenwood by a final score of 12-6 in that ball game. And Bruce, always fun to get an uncommon opponent in here to face the Scotties, and thought this would be a little bit of an unusual game for us to do, just because, hey, how often do we get a chance to get a game in against the Hazard Bulldogs, right?
Yeah, to my knowledge, we never played them. I mean, if it was, it's been a long, long time ago. So, and it like you say, it's good to play somebody from away from here, where and can do some different things. And
Hazard out there taking their infield right now, so we may be a minute or two late starting. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes them to take infield, but should be pretty close to our original 5 o'clock start. And this game was originally scheduled to be played at 5:30, but at some point along the way, the game time was changed to 5 o'clock, and unfortunately, I was not aware of that until last night, so I appreciate everybody making changes to their schedule last minute here with everybody that's associated with the broadcast, so appreciate that, everybody being able to do that. But we'll go ahead and take our first time out here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show as it is Glasgow and Hazard coming at you here in high school baseball this afternoon. We're back after this 3-minute timeout here on WCLU Blue 103.1 FM and 1490 AM.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them.
Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches to choose from. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two, with fries and a drink, just $6.99.
Our dental health plays a vital role in our overall health. Practicing good dental hygiene is especially important for children. When was your child's last checkup? Riley Dental Group is invested in making sure you and your family have the healthiest smile possible. They understand a dental visit may prompt anxiety or nervousness, but Dr. Riley and his team offer a variety of solutions, including a comforting and friendly visit from Bennett, their therapy dog. Call Riley Dental Group for an appointment, 651-5939.
Right now, when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, say good morning to 20% off any breakfast order of $10 or more. Wake up to the fluffy omelet biscuit or a home-style loaded burrito and save. That's goodness in Hardee's country.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
When trying to find a bank that satisfies, everyone wants more of this. But where do you go to find great savings and friendly service all in one? A Kasasa account at the People's Bank. Kasasa accounts offer high interest, cash back, and automatic savings growth. Whether you open a Kasasa Cash, Kasasa Cash Back, or Kasasa Saver, your earnings will be through the roof. Come see the People's Bank in Cave City or Glasgow and see the difference in savings and service. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact the People's Bank for details. Member FDIC.
Joe Myers, Bruce Tribune, back here with you at Sam Roy's Field as we are in the midst of our Don Franklin Auto Glasgow pregame show. Glasgow about to host the Hazard Bulldogs here today in high school baseball. Bruce and I had the last game the Scotties played on Monday, a game which they lost by a score of 12-6. Bruce, they fell behind early in that ballgame. I think got down 5-0, and then Keaton Haynes hit a grand slam to get Glasgow right back in it, trailing just 5-4. But then it was pretty much Greenwood the rest of the way as they controlled the game from there.
Yes, I think we wound up. They scored every inning, didn't they?
They did, scored every inning.
They were really hitting the ball well, and they came in. You were talking about that. The daggone leadoff batter was batting 167 or something like that, and he wound up being 3 for 3 or something on the day. And
with a leadoff home run, he was 3 for 4, I think, with a leadoff home run.
Of course, that wind was blowing about like it is right now, and he hit that first ball. And for one to go out in dead center, I thought, holy cow, that ball went.
Yeah, he crushed it for sure. But hopefully the Scotties will get a better result here today against Hazard. Glasgow will next be in action on tomorrow, I believe it is. Let's see here. Yep, they will host Cumberland County here at Sam Roy's Field tomorrow. And then they'll begin their spring break with a trip down to Florida to play several games down there. They will play on Monday of next week against Carroll County out of Kentucky. And then on Tuesday next week, they'll play Cooper High School out of northern Kentucky. They'll play Western Hills from around central Kentucky on Tuesday as well. It's a doubleheader that day. And then on Thursday for the baseball team during spring break, they'll have another doubleheader. They'll play Bethlehem and Muhlenberg County both down there. And that will wrap up spring break for the Scotties. But Glasgow hoping to get a little momentum going into that trip, Bruce, as they hope to get that started today, and then a game against Cumberland County tomorrow. The Lady Scotties softball team is off today, but they played yesterday against Metcalfe County. I don't know if you saw the score, Bruce, but they beat Metcalfe County 12-0 in 6 innings.
12-0.
So, it's really good. Glasgow last year, the softball team won 5 games all year. Already 2 weeks into the season, 2.5 weeks into the season, they've now won 3. And obviously that program's been down for a little bit. So as long as that program has been down, you can't ask them to. Nobody's expecting to go out and win 20 games this year, but you just want to see improvement in the softball team, and I think we're seeing that so far.
Yeah, well, we certainly are, and they're very young. We commented last year, even though they only won 5 games, their outfield was very young last year, but you could tell they had some skill. The way they played and stuff like that. And the thing that you've got it's going to be with the softball team right now is those girls that are so young going to have to get older and where they get experience hitting the ball. You can teach them to, catch and throw and stuff, but fast pitch softball is sort of like baseball. It's the offense.
Yeah, the softball team, as I said, is off today, but they will have their first district game tomorrow. They'll go to Allen County, Scottsville, and then they will begin their spring break, and the softball team has no games scheduled at all during spring break. So after their game tomorrow, they will not play again until Tuesday, April the 14th. We talked about their lack of home games early in the season, and they don't have another home game until April 18th. That's a Saturday. That's a doubleheader against Warren Central. Our next broadcast for softball will not be until Friday, April 24th, when they host Metcalfe County there at Glasgow High School. But the Lady Scotties do certainly seem to be showing some improvement from what they had last year, and that is certainly good to see. And they are still a very young ball club. Talk about young ball clubs. This Hazard Ball Club, Bruce, you were commenting before we went on the air about how young they are. You look at their batting order. They have 4 sophomores in the batting order, a 7th grader and an 8th grader, and then they have another 8th grader that's going to be playing out in the field at third base that will not be hitting. He's being DH'd for, but they have 2 seniors, 1 junior. Everybody else either a sophomore or middle schooler for this Hazard Ball Club.
That's very young. especially in baseball. And Hazard has a good athletic program. Always in football and basketball, and it just, they must just have a young group. You're talking about the softball team real quick. It's last night, I think, when I was watching. Of course, they won. They featured on NKY, I believe. The Metcalfe County pitcher is an 8th grader, and she'd thrown a no-hitter the last day or
Really?
two. Yeah, she'd had a no-hitter in the last couple of days and came back. And I guess, you don't have a lot of pitchers in softball a lot of times, 2 or 3, but and then the Scotties put 12 up.
Yeah, that was certainly good to see for the Lady Scotties yesterday. Not a whole lot going on as far as other baseball and softball games today. Of course, it is Wednesday, not usually a lot of games on Wednesday. But let's tell you what is happening. The Barron County softball team is in action today. They are on the road playing South Warren, so that will be a monumental challenge for Barron County there. South Warren, I'm not 100% this year, but I know last year they were the number 1 team most of the year, and they
I'm sure they're right
dominated
up there in the
year,
top 5.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any polls yet, but they had a lot of kids back.
And then as far as baseball, other baseball games going on around the area today, Bowling Green is hosting Lawrence County. Lawrence County, another team from over in the eastern part of the state that is on spring break this week. They've come to South Central Kentucky to play a few ball games during their spring break. And then South Warren is welcoming a team out of Tennessee, White House Heritage, Tennessee. Is who South Warren is playing today. But that pretty much rounds out the other games going on around the area in high school baseball and softball. Let's thank our sponsors here on WCLU. Then we'll give you the starting lineups for both ball clubs and should be just about ready to take that final break and come back with our first pitch. Our sponsors here on WCLU for high school sports, for high school spring sports here for Glasgow, are Don Franklin Auto of Glasgow. They are our presenting sponsor. Other sponsors include Glasgow Electric Plant Board, McDonald's, The People's Bank, Riley Dental Group, Hardee's, TJ Regional Health, South Central Rural Telephone Cooperative. Also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau agent Joe Myers, Colton Steakhouse and Grill, Raphael Sports Bar, CRS Construction, Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, and Scooters Coffee. And as we continue with our Don Franklin Auto Glasgow pregame show, let's go ahead and give you those starting lineups. First for the Hazard Bulldogs, playing shortstop and batting first for the Bulldogs is Trace Kincaid. Clint Davidson will be at second base. He'll bat second. Batting third and pitching is Tucker Napier. Caden Williams at first base. He'll bat the cleanup spot. Number 5 hitter will be Jacoby Little, and he'll be catching. Ross Logan is in right field. He'll be batting 6th. Number 7 hitter is Jaden Fraley. He'll be playing center field. The DH is Isaac Begley. He'll be batting 8th, and he'll be hitting today for the third baseman, Colton Kincaid. And Zach Young will start in left field, and he'll bat 9th for the Bulldogs. Hazard is 3-5 so far on the year, and their head coach is Brian Dean. For the Scotties, their batting order looks like this. In center field and batting first will be Houston Haynes. Number 2 hitter is Stephen Garrett. He'll be at third base. Hudson Gum will be in right field today, and he'll be batting third. Batting cleanup is Keaton Haynes. He'll be at first base. Carter Hodges is going to play shortstop this afternoon. He'll be batting 5th. Number 6 hitter is the pitcher, Thomas Glass. Batting 7th and DHing today is Peyton Limley. He is hitting for the catcher, Ryder Haynes. Batting 8th and in left field will be J.P. Pitcock. And at second base and batting 9th will be Garrett Shields. That is your Glasgow batting order. The Scotties are 6-4 on the year. Glasgow's head coach is Cameron Garman. Assistant coaches for the Scotties are Brock Johnson, Cord Glass, Corey Haynes, Dylan Poore, Jeff Carman, and Pudge Morgan. And those are your starting lineups brought to you by nobody. We don't have a sponsor for our starting lineups this year here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. Unusual for us not to have a starting lineup sponsor. So the Colton Steakhouse and Grill game day weather report, we can go ahead and give that to you as well. And it is currently 79 degrees. Heat index feels like 82, it says. And we expect nice conditions as we go throughout this ball game. We've got partly cloudy skies right now. Slight chance of a rain shower as we go out throughout the ball game. 15% right now, 6% around 6 o'clock, about 19% around 7 o'clock, and best chances around 8 o'clock, around 33%, so not a great chance at any point. We do expect the temperature to drop probably, 5-10 degrees as we go up throughout the ball game here this afternoon. That is your Colton's Steakhouse and Grill game day weather report here on the Don Franklin Auto pregame show. Speaking of that, we will wrap things up here on the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll have our first pitch for you between Glasgow and Hazard. It's high school baseball for you here. You're listening to Glasgow Baseball presented by Don Franklin Auto on WCLU Blue, 103.1 FM and 1490 AM.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
I just did it, but I waited way too long. Trust me, it's about time you left cable TV behind and started saving with MyStream TV from SCRTC. Already have TV with SCRTC and you still have cable boxes and wires everywhere? Talk to SCRTC about MyStream TV and compare it to your current service. The best thing about MyStream TV, you'll save money and get up to 1 gig symmetrical internet. Visit scrtc.com and click on the MyStream TV logo at the top to start saving on cable today.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds.
Glasgow and Hazard about to kick things off for you here on the Diamond. Let's go ahead and set the Glasgow defense for you. J.P. Pitcock's going to be in left field. Houston Haynes will be in center field. Hudson Gum going to be in right. Stephen Garrett will be at third base. Carter Hodges will be playing shortstop. Garrett Shields at second base. Keaton Haynes at first. Behind the dish is Ryder Haynes. And it'll be Thomas Glass on the hill today for the Scotties. Thomas is a right-handed sophomore. Thomas has not earned a win or loss this year. He has a 6.56 ERA. He struck out 3 and walked 6. He's thrown 5 1/3 innings, making his first start of the season here today. It's his third appearance as a pitcher, so his first two have obviously come in relief. Glasgow in their white uniforms tonight with blue pinstripes, royal blue pinstripes, royal blue Scotties across the front of the jerseys, and the royal blue number on the front and back as well. Got the royal blue hat with the block-style G on the front. Hazard in gold tops with black pants, gold pinstripes on those pants. Says Bulldogs across the front of their jerseys in navy blue. They got navy blue numerals on the front and back as well. They wear a gold hat with a navy blue bill and a navy blue H on the front of their hat. And your umpires for today's game, got that somewhere here. Let's see. Umpires for today's game are John Loers And also, let's see, John is going to be behind the plate, and then Mark Froge will be out in the field today. So we are set to go here. First three hitters due up for Hazard in the top of the first inning are Trace Kincaid, Clint Davidson, and Tucker Napier. Glass with his first pitch of the afternoon, and it's a fastball in there for a strike. Kincaid struggling at the plate, batting .091, but the last time I said that about a leadoff hitter, he went 3 for 4. So we'll see how Kincaid does if he makes me pay for saying that again. Last pitch to him was a ball. Here's the 1-1 from Glass. And this pitch in there for a called strike on the outside half. So Thomas ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glass into the windup. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Hits off of Glass on the mound. Hodges picks it up at shortstop off the ricochet. His throw in the dirt, but it won't get away far enough for the runner to advance. Have to score that one a base hit because even a good throw by Hodges that time was not going to get Kincaid.
No, it was off the ankle, it looked like. His lower leg.
Well, now I think he got his glove down. I think he's actually saying it hit the heel of his hand.
He did. Well,
that's what he just kind of indicated towards the dugout. They're going to come out and check on him real quick.
Yeah, he's flexing his glove hand, so it must have.
That's Glasgow pitching coach Cord Glass out there to talk with Thomas.
That's sort of like that first batter we had the other night in softball, hit that line shot. Smith girl from Franklin off Maxie's thigh.
Well, that'll bring up the second baseman, Clint Davidson. Kincaid with a short lead at first base. Glass from the stretch, and his breaking ball in the dirt. Did the batter pull back? They say he did. He squared the bunt, but then pulled back and took ball 1. Stephen Garrett in on the grass at third base, guarding against the bunt here on a 1-ball, no-strike pitch coming from Glass as he comes set. Runner takes off for second base, and it's a hit and run. It's fouled towards the Hazard dugout. Hazard in the third base dugout. Of course, the home team Scotties always have that first base dugout. Back when I played, it was just the opposite. Home teams in high school always took the third base dugout, but that changed many, many years ago. Glass will throw over to first base, and runner back in safely. One ball, 1 strike. The count here to Clint Davidson. Glass sets and delivers, and it's a line shot into left field. Kincaid will have to hold up at second base. So now the first 2 hitters on for the Bulldogs here by way of the base hit.
Well, that long bus ride hadn't affected them. Of course, they could have come down earlier, too. They've been on break, so.
Yeah, we don't know if they checked into a hotel first before they came over here, if they just drove straight from Hazard. But that'll bring up the pitcher, Tucker Napier. Napier, the best hitter on this ball club average-wise. He's hitting over 500, 556 with 4 RBIs and 1 home run. So this is exactly who Hazard wants up with runners in on the base paths. And now a wild pitch gets in the dirt that's going to get to the backstop. And so now both runners are in scoring position.
Sure not to start Thomas Glass, won't it?
Thomas digging out the rubber up there on the mound. 1 ball, no strike count. Pitch on the way. And it is in there for a strike. Glass with a 1-1. Line shot into right field. That's going to get at least 1 run in. It's a short porch out there in right, so they're going to hold the runner at third. Trace Kincaid comes in to put Hazard on top 1-0, and still not out recorded here. The first 3 hitters have gotten base hits for the Bulldogs. RBI number 5 on the year for Napier. And here comes the first baseman, Caden Williams. Williams batting .313 with 4 RBIs on the year. He's got runners on the corners here. Watch for the runner at first to take off, and there he goes. And Haynes not even going to attempt to throw. He's just going to let him have the bag. So, again, 2 runners in scoring position for Hazard. Glass is in a jam, trying to work out of it here with still nobody out. Breaking ball drops in there for a called strike 2.
He's throwing strikes. They've just hit it where we're not.
Now the 0-2 pitch. And that's a ground ball to the left side. Hodges has it at shortstop. His throw is in time. The runner from third will come home to score, make it 2-0. Tucker Napier moves from second to third on the play. Glasgow does finally get that first out here in the top of the first inning. And by the way, this first inning brought to you by Raphael Sports Bar. That'll bring up the catcher, Jacoby Little, with a runner at third base and Hazard on top 2-0. Scotties pull the infield in on the edge of the grass here. Glass from the stretch. The breaking ball in the dirt, bounces in front of the plate. Good stop by the catcher, Ryder Haynes. Glass sets for the 1-0. Pitch on the way. And in there for a called strike. And a bad throw by Haynes back to Glass, but fortunately Garrett Shields, the second baseman, backing it up, so the runner stays put there at third. Pretty good little breeze blowing straight out to center field. Here's the 1-1. And this breaking ball also in the dirt. We saw that breeze help at least one baseball out of the ballpark on Monday, we feel like, the one that went out in dead center hit by Greenwood.
And the breeze appears to be about like it was the other night.
Sure does. Here's the 2-1 from Glass. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Glass can get a strikeout here. It allows the the fielders to move back to normal depth with 2 away. And there's a swing and a miss, and there is the strikeout, SCRTC strikeout for Thomas Glass. And now with 2 away, that will bring up Ross Logan, the right fielder. Logan, the youngest member of Hazard that's in the batting order, a 7th grader. Pretty big 7th grader.
Yeah, that's what I started saying. Man, he doesn't look like a 7th grader, does he?
Batting .273 on the year. The pitch from Glass. Fastball misses for ball 1. Glass checks the runner at third. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball off the end of the bat, and that's going to wind up in fair territory. Glass will field it and cannot make the play. Nobody had was at the bag really to cover, and then Garrett Shields had come over from second base, and he was a little bit late in getting there. That ball started out in foul territory, but had some weird spin on it, which made it spin back into fair territory. The runner at third able to score, of course, because he's going on contact, and it's 3-0 Hazard. Just a tough luck play there for the Scotties. Here's Jaden Fraley, and his first swing will send a foul ball towards the Hazard dugout.
It was like a pool cue. It's off the end of the bat, and it just had that spin on it.
You could tell when it was spinning in foul territory that it was about to spin the other way. Just a tough play for everybody involved there. Fastball from Glass is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fraley, a 167 hitter. He's an 8th grader. Glass sets, and the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed by Fraley. 3-0 lead for Hazard in the top of this Raphael Sports Bar first inning. 2 away, runner at first base, and a 1-2 pitch coming. And it's off the handle, and that's going to be a one-hopper that's fielded by Shields at second base. His throw is off target, and that is going to allow the runner to reach and take second base, and Logan moves from first to third on the play. So
Scotty's couldn't
not
have
a good
much
first
more.
inning here for Glasgow.
Couldn't have much more go wrong for him that's gone wrong in his first inning.
And it's still not over. That'll bring up the DH, Isaac Begley.
Spinning balls, seeing eyeballs, and then an error. He made a good stop, but he spun and just made a poor throw.
Breaking ball here. Misses low.
The 8th batter of the inning.
Begley batting .250 with 3 RBIs. Glass with a 1-0 pitch. Fastball's up and in.
This is just the second batter he's thrown 2 balls to. He's been throwing strikes.
Yeah, his control has not been the problem. Here's the 2-0. There's a hard ground ball to third base, scooped up by Garrett. Goes to first, throw is in the dirt, but Haynes able to dig it out over there. And that will finally bring the Raphael's top of the first inning, Raphael Sports Bar top of the first inning to an end. Hazard out to a quick lead in this one.
3 runs, there was 4 hits, there was 1 error and 2 stranded. After a half inning, Hazard 3, the Scotties coming to bat. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports Blue, 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
Back here at Sam Roy's Field, Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune with you. We move to the bottom half of the Raphael Sports Bar first inning. Hazard already leading 3-0 before the Scotties ever get a turn at bat. First 3 hitters due up for the Scotties will be Houston Haynes, Stephen Garrett, and Hudson Gum. We'll set the Hazard defense for you. Zach Young is in left field. Jaden Fraley is in center. Ross Logan in right. Colton Kincaid is at third base. Trace Kincaid at shortstop. Clint Davidson at second. Caden Williams at first base, and behind the plate is Jacoby Little. And on the mound today for the Hazard Bulldogs is Tucker Napier. Napier is a right-handed senior. 0-1 on the year, but just a 2.33 ERA. He struck out 4 and walked 1. He's only thrown 3 innings of work, but he's making his 3rd start of the season here today. First hitter he'll face is Houston Haynes, a 267 hitter. And Haynes turns on a fastball and fouls it off out of play. Napier working from the stretch here. His fastball misses upstairs.
Well, you know, with the breeze we've got blowing out, their outfitters seem to be shallow. They may have good speed, but
right fielders especially shallow. Here's the 1-1. And that pitch way off the mark upstairs.
Looked like he was trying to hit the game changer.
Now the 2-1 pitch. And this ball laced but foul down the left field line.
So far, everything he's thrown's been a fastball, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he's thrown off speed yet. Napier's pitch, another fastball, popped up on the infield. It'll stay in play in foul territory. The catch going to be made by the pitcher, Tucker Napier, over in front of the Glasgow dugout. I'll bring up the third baseman, Stephen Garrett. Stephen batting .242 on the year. He has 7 RBIs. Napier with the fastball again. It misses upstairs. One 1-0 pitch now. Misses low and inside, 2-0.
Like I said, he's throwing fastballs, and they're shading us to pull.
2-0 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Three balls and no strikes to the senior third baseman, Stephen Garrett. Hazard leading this game 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning, brought to you by Raphael Sports Bar. And the 3-0 is high, so it'll be a 4-pitch walk to Garrett. And that'll bring up the Glasgow right fielder, Hudson Gum. Hudson dealing with a little injury today. That's why he's not playing shortstop. They've got him out there in right field. Not quite as much lateral movement out there as what he would have to deal with at shortstop. So they put him in right field. They moved Houston Haynes from right to center, and they moved Carter Hodges from center to shortstop. Hudson batting .321. He has 4 RBIs on the year. And Napier throws over to first base, but Garrett back in easily.
Well, they're averaging 5 walks a game and 5 runs a game.
Napier again throws to first base, and again, Garrett back in head first. The pitch is grounded in the hole between short and third into left field. It's a 1-out single for Hudson Gum as Garrett goes to second base. And now that will bring up the first baseman, Keaton Haynes. Runners at first and second for Keaton as he comes to the plate, batting .303 on the year. Leads the team with 10 RBIs, also has the team's only home run of the season. That was a grand slam on Monday against Greenwood. Napier from the stretch checks on the runners, and the pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner, strike one. Here the 0-1 pitch. That misses outside. That ball looked like it had a little break on it. I think that's the first time we've seen anything other than a fastball. Here's the 1-1. Another fastball and swung on and missed by Haynes, 1-2. Napier sets the pitch. Haynes will foul it down the third base line. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to the junior first baseman. Carter Hodges waiting on deck for the Scotties. Napier with a pitch. Fastball's up and away. Here's the 2-2. That fastball's outside, so we've got our first Riley Dental Group full count of the afternoon. Time called by the catcher Little. Going to go out and have a word with Napier.
We're talking about Glass only went to 2 balls on 2 batters, I believe. And heck, this is 4th batter he's faced, and he's already gone 3 balls on 2 of them.
Napier with the payoff pitch. It's a fly ball to center field. Is it going to get down? It will not. Caught out there by Jaden Fraley. Runners have to stay put. Fraley had to come in on it pretty hard, but he did get there to make the catch for out number 2. Now to bring up Carter Hodges for the Scotties with runners in first and second. Carter batting .257 with 6 RBIs.
Like I say, they're a little shallow on the winds carrying. He backed up a step now, but they're still playing shallow, I think, in the outfield with the wind we've got.
Fastball is ripped. Is it going to be fair? No.
Just foul.
Foul by 5 feet or less probably down that left field line. Would have scored at least 1 for the Scotties, but just a long strike. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Drifting over and making the catch will be Jaden Fraley. And the Scotties will strand a couple runners on the base paths here. Hazard continues to lead as we go to the second.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left, 1 complete here at historic Richardson Field. Hazard 3, Glasgow 0. We right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports Blue. 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for Hazard as we start the top of the second inning, brought to you by CRS Construction. Those hitters will be Zach Young, Trace Kincaid, and Clint Davidson. Thomas Glass finishing up his warm-up tosses for the Scotties between innings here. Scotties look to be making some changes with our home plate umpire here. And let's see what's going on. So we now have Stephen Garrett catching. That would be put Peyton Limley at third base. Bear with us here while we make these changes on our scorecards. Let's see. I think everybody else remains the same.
Looks that way.
Yep.
Reckon
Peyton Limley was already in the batting order as the DH, so he'll stay in that number 7 spot.
Haynes Ryder got hurt or something, or
no clue.
He's been doing all the catching that the games we've done.
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
Garrett's caught some too.
Oh,
yeah. think they kind of split duties a lot of times depending on who's pitching maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they have split the duties in the games we've done this year for sure. All right, here is Zach Young to get us started in the top of the second inning, and the first pitch from Glass, a breaking ball in there for a strike. The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. So 0-2. The pitch, breaking ball stays high this time. Glass into the windup. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, wow. Boy, that did not miss by much.
It sure
must have been deemed to be a little bit high because it was definitely over the plate.
I believe he blinked on that one.
Now the 2-2 pitch. And that one's in the dirt, so the count will go full. It's a Riley Dental Group full count here.
Jeez.
Glass with the payoff pitch. And it's a chopper to shortstop. Hodges has it. His throw is a little bit low, but Haynes able to hang on to it with his foot on the bag, and there's one away. Now we go back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs with shortstop Trace Kincaid.
He singled off his Glass's wrist his first at bat.
Kincaid bats from the left side. Start of the day hitting below 100, but as Bruce said, got a base hit in his first at bat. Infield single. And a swing and a miss here for strike one. Glass into the windup. Fastball fouled off. So once again, as has been the case most of the day so far, Thomas Glass way ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Glass kicks and fires. And it's hit right back at him. Glass has it on the mound. He'll jog it about halfway over to first base and flip it to Haynes. 2 away. Now the second baseman, Clinton Davidson, due up.
Singled into left center his first at bat.
Davidson started the day with a 200 average, so he's bumped that up a little bit with that base hit. Glass with the first pitch of the at-bat, the fastball for a strike. The 0-1 pitch now. Breaking ball misses outside and low as well.
He jumped it up pretty quick because he'd only batted 5 times. He's 2 for 6 now. That's 333. So.
Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball stayed inside. Two balls and a strike as Glass sets the pitch. Chopper toward shortstop. Hodges charges it. His throw is not in time, and it gets away as well. It was offline. That's going to allow Davidson to take second base. So it's an infield single because a good throw is not going to have him either, and then a throwing error allows Davidson to take second. So it's a second error of the day already for the Scotty defense. It comes with 2 outs here in the second inning, which is brought to you by CRS Construction. And now the Hazard pitcher, Tucker Napier. Hazard leads this game 3-0. Runner on at second base, 2 down. Napier, a .556 hitter when the day started.
He singled into right center.
Got his 5th RBI this season with that single. And the first pitch of the at-bat from Glass misses low. Glass with a pitch. And it's low and inside and gets by Garrett to the backstop, so that will move Davidson over to third base on the wild pitch.
We've been our own worst enemy so far today.
We haven't helped ourselves. Hazard had a few base hits in that first inning, but we have definitely made some mistakes. 2 balls and no strikes. Glass with a pitch. In the dirt, Garrett able to block that one to keep the runner at third base. Glass trying to come back from a 3-0 count, and he cannot. This is a 4-pitch walk to Napier.
That's the first one he's given up.
So runners on the corners now with 2 down. Here comes the cleanup man, Caden Williams. He bats .313 on the year.
He hit into a 6-3 fielder's choice his first at bat. Of course, they got a run off of it.
Runner takes off for second base. The pitch is swung on and missed. Garrett could not hang on to it. Don't know if he would have thrown down or not, but didn't have an opportunity. So runners at second and third now, 2 down. Caden Williams looking at a no ball, 1 strike count. Glass with the 0-1. Breaking ball, beauty there. Drops in for a called strike 2. Glass looking for the strikeout. 0-2 pitch. Lined into center field. That's going to get at least 1 run in. They will send the other run from second base. The throw home is cut off. And it's 5-0 Hazard.
That's his 3rd RBI. With that single. This is sort of like the Greenwood game, isn't it? They're putting crooked numbers up.
Yep. It is. Here's Jacoby Little. And here's a base hit into left field. J.P. Pitcock will cut it off over there, get it back to the infield, but now runners at first and second, still 2 outs. The hitter this time, Ross Logan, the right fielder.
Set the first 2 batters down and then had a single with an error, a base on ball, a single.
We're going to have a courtesy runner here for Jacoby Little at first base. Is number 12, and that is Ty Fugate. Runners at first and second, 2 down here in the top of the CRS Construction second inning. Glass with a pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Logan batting .273 on the year, has 5 RBIs, again just a 7th grader.
Struck out his first at bat.
This breaking ball in there for a strike as well. 0-2. I would say the breaking ball has been Thomas's best pitch so far this afternoon.
Little struck out. He hit a 1-ball single his first at bat.
Now the 0-2. Breaking ball, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. They'll hold the runners. So everybody advances just 1 bag. The bases are loaded. And Hazard, with how many hits now, Bruce, through 1 2/3 innings?
7.
And that is going to be a visit to the mound here by Glasgow pitching coach Cord Glass. Hazard has come in hitting the ball well today.
Oh, that's 8th.
That's the 8th hit.
Yeah, that's the 8th hit. They've had 4 in each inning.
Scotty's trailing 5-0 right now.
All of them singles, but well, we're going to bring in Hodges, I guess.
Sure about that?
Well,
I don't think we're making a pitching change.
Well, I thought he was walking up to grab the ball. He pitches, but
they're just all standing around talking. Glass will stay in the ball game. Bases are loaded with 2 out.
Fraley reached on an error. A ball hit the second that was thrown wide.
Jaden Fraley, the hitter, batting 167. First pitch he sees, misses low.
That's a 52nd pitch here in 2 innings.
The 1-0 now. Breaking ball, swung on and missed by Fraley. Scotties have a force at any base here with the bases loaded, 2 down. Glasgow already trailing 5-0, so desperately need to get out of this without any more damage being done. Fastball in the dirt. Garrett able to keep it in front of him. The runners stay put.
Well, this is 2nd inning. They've sent 8 batters to the plate.
Two balls and a strike. Glass kicks and fires. Breaking ball is swung on and missed. Here's the 2-2. There's a chopper to Hodges at shortstop. He'll scoop it up and go to second base, and that will end the inning for Hazard, but not before they add 2 more runs on the scoreboard here, and the Scotties down early in this one.
2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 3 left. They've stranded 5 through 2. We played 1.5. It's Hazard 5, Glasgow 0. We'll return after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports Blue, 103.1 FM, 1498.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
Back here at Sam Royce Field at Richardson Stadium, Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune with you. We go to the bottom half of the CRS Construction 2nd inning. Glasgow trailing big early, down 5-0. And Thomas Glass, Peyton Limley, J.P. Pitcock, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Scotties in this half inning. Tucker Napier on the mound for Hazard. His fastball is hit well into right center field. That's going to get in the gap. Should be extra bases for Glass here as he rounds first on his way to second. And he'll be there with a leadoff double. Good start to the 2nd inning here for the Scotties. We'll see if we get a courtesy runner for Glass as the pitcher. And we will. That'll be Cooper Hatton running for him. Now the DH, Peyton Limley. Peyton batting .233 this year, 4 RBIs. He was the DH when the game began, but actually playing third base now. And the pitch from Napier misses for ball 1. Napier takes a look at Hatton at second base, and now he'll turn and fake the throw there. Napier sets. The 1-0. Low and away.
And heck, you'd said before the game they weren't even sure this player was going to pitch until he warmed up.
Limley showing bunt, pulls back and was ready to swing away, but takes the ball in the dirt, and that's going to move Hatton over to third base. So Glasgow with the runner at third, nobody out. Scotty's trailing 5-0. Yeah, I think it was just a health issue for Napier. They were trying to make sure he was going to feel okay when he was warming up, and obviously he did because he started the ball game. Now the 3-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Peyton should still get a good pitch to hit here on 3-1. And the fastball misses low and away, so he'll draw the walk. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Here comes the senior left fielder, J.P. Pitcock. J.P. batting .308 with 2 RBIs. And we're first going to get a visit to the mound by, I believe that's Hazard head coach Brian Dean.
Yeah, he's
out there to talk to Napier.
He pulled a muscle in his back or something.
Well, that may have been the issue with him trying to warm up, why they didn't know if he was going to start. Yeah, I think we are going to get a pitching change here.
Looks like they're waving at the right fielder, and he's not watching.
Pitching change brought to you by the People's Bank. When we come back, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is. It's Hazard leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the CRS Construction second inning. So let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back after this. You're listening to Glasgow Baseball presented by Don Franklin Auto on WCLU Blue, 103.1 FM and 1490 AM.
And it all comes down to this moment. There's only one roll left. Let's see what happens. And Michael wins the face-off. He used the old misdirection trick. Well, now that he's eating the roll, let's wait for his reaction. It's good! Do you want a free lunch for 2 at Colton's? Listen to WHHT between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. during the week for a chance to win.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
Inning brought to you by CRS Construction. Glasgow trailing Hazard 5-0. And we do have a pitching change brought to you by the People's Bank. And the change for Hazard will bring Ross Logan into the ball game. He is the 7th grader. Logan 0-1 on the year with a 16.80 ERA. He's walked 5 and struck out 1. He's only thrown 1 2/3 innings. He is making his 3rd appearance on the mound for Hazard this season, but his first in relief.
Napier has gone to second base, Joe. And number 2, Davidson, has gone to right field.
Okay, thank you, sir. J.P. Pitcock will lay a bunt down, trying to suicide squeeze here, and the Scotty's going to be thrown out.
He's too.
I don't know if it was I think it may have been a safety squeeze. I don't think Hatton broke on the pitch, and Glasgow not able to complete the safety squeeze. And we'll go now to the number 9 here in the Glasgow order, Garrett Shields. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Shields batting .261. Pitch from Logan catches the outside corner for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Fastball here low and away. Runners take their leads. 1-1 pitch. And a check swing. They say he went around. Boy, I don't know about that.
I thought it was a strike, period. Was it a little high?
It might have been a strike. I don't know, but he said he went around.
Oh, well.
May have been a strike either way. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here's the pitch. And grounded foul down the third base side. Peyton Lemley at second base, J.P. Pitcock at first base for the Scotties. 1 away here in the bottom half of the CRS Construction second inning. Glasgow trailing 5-0. And this one hit off the handle back at the pitcher, Logan. His only play will be to first base for out number 2. Here's the Glasgow leadoff man, Houston Haynes, with runners at second and third. Scotties really need to find a way to get these 2 runs in to get back in this ball game.
This kid on the mound's a 7th grader. Boy, he's a good-sized kid and throws a ball hard for a 7th grader.
Logan with the pitch, and it misses low.
Houston popped out to the foul, out to the pitcher, his first at bat.
Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Haynes. Logan checks the runners. Now the 1-1. 1-2. That one on the outside corner.
Just was.
Logan sets. Pitch on the way. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Kincaid has it. His throw is there in time to get Houston by a half step. Scotties will strand 2 runners in scoring position here. Hazard continuing to shut Glasgow out.
No runs, a leadoff double was the only hit. There were no errors, and the Scotties strand 2 more. So we've completed 2 now, and it's Hazard 5, Glasgow 0. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports Blue. 103.1 FM.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
Back here at historic Richardson Stadium as we move to the top half of the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home 3rd inning. And we have a pitching change brought to you by the People's Bank for the Scotties. New pitcher is sophomore right-hander Braylon Caldwell. Braylon 0-0 on the year with a 6.30 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings of varsity action, making his 4th appearance already. All have come in relief. He is yet to make a start on the season. We've seen Braylon pitch a couple times in relief in our games that we have broadcast, and he has looked pretty good. I've been impressed with Braylon. We'll see what he can do today against this Hazard Ball Club, who is coming here hitting the ball very well already. I think Bruce said 8 hits for Hazard for through the first 2 innings.
And number 8 will be up.
Number 8 in the order is Isaac Begley. He'll be followed by Zach Young and Trace Kincaid. Hazard 5, Glasgow nothing as we start this 3rd inning.
Real quickly, Napier pitched 1 inning, faced 6 batters, walked 2, struck out 2, and had a wild pitch.
First pitch to Begley misses. Thomas Glass is now at shortstop for the Scotties. We'll try to figure out any other defensive changes for you as we go along here.
Hodges is back in the center.
That one in there for a called strike. So that would move Houston Haynes, I'm sure, back over to right. There's another called strike. 1 and 2 here to Begley, excuse me. Caldwell's breaking ball in the dirt, could not get Begley to chase it.
You said Glass is at short?
Yes. Looks like to me everybody else is the same after Hodges went back to center field.
Well, I
and
guess
Haynes
came out of the game.
He's not out there defensively. Haynes went back to right field, I believe, if I'm looking out there correctly. It's a Riley Dental Group full count as that pitch misses as well. Payoff pitch coming. Fly ball to left field. J.P. Pitcock tracking it out there, and he will make the catch. 1 away. Actually, that may not be Haynes. That is Gum still out there in right field. It's just very difficult for me to tell what's going on in right field because of the angle that we're at. It's hard to see from the angle, but then with the fencing the way it is, makes it even more difficult. Here's Zach Young, and the first pitch to him misses outside. This one a ball as well. 2-0 here to Young. He's a .316 hitter with 2 RBIs. Caldwell into his motion. Fastball right down Broadway there, 2-1. And time called. Caldwell wants to work as fast as he possibly can. He gets that ball back, he's ready to throw the next pitch. 2-1 on the way. Breaking ball.
Wow, that was
pretty
a nice
good
looking
from
pitch,
here.
wasn't it?
Called a ball, 3-1.
It dropped right in over the plate and on that corner. I mean, he's on top of the plate.
Fastball, foul tipped back into the glove of Stephen Garrett. It's another Riley Dental Group full count.
That was a pretty pitch.
And a breaking ball here from Caldwell misses outside. So a 1-out walk to Zach Young. Now back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Here's Trace Kincaid.
He tried to get him to chase that curveball, and he held up on it. So Kincaid is 1 for 2. Singled, and scored, and grounded out to the pitcher.
Caldwell asking for another baseball, and the umpire will oblige. Greenwood 5, Glasgow nothing. It is the top of the 3rd inning, brought to you by Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home.
Both of Kincaid's balls been.
Shows bunt, fouls it back out of play.
Both of his hits have been right at the pitcher. That first one went off of the glove of Glass, and then he fielded it and threw him out the second time.
Caldwell checks on the runner. Comes set, working from the stretch. Taking a long time to deliver this one, and now time asked for and granted. Young with a lead at first base. Batter shows bunt, pulls back and takes the ball outside, 1-1. Peyton Limley playing for the bunt down there at third base. He's in on the grass. Kincaid, a left-handed hitter, so He will swing away here. This one misses low one inside. The throw down as the runner takes off for second base, gets away. And it'll be a stolen base for Zach Young.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good pitch to try to throw somebody off. It's down in the dirt, and he just had a good jump.
Caldwell sets. The pitch. In there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Got the backdoor breaking ball in that time. 2-2.
That pitch wasn't any better than that one he called a ball. I mean, it was a strike that we talked about, that last batter.
Caldwell with the 2-2 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Get a nice hop there for Garrett Shields to field it. He'll go to first base to get the out as Young moves over to third base on the play, but there are now 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Clint Davidson.
He's now in right field, we believe. That's
oh, yeah, that's right.
He singled and reached on an error. He scored twice.
Caldwell starts him with a breaking ball. It's in there for a called strike.
Ooh.
Davidson started the day batting .200. The 0-1. Fouled off out of play. Oh, 2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that is an SCRTC strikeout to end the third inning. And for the first time today, the Scotties hold Hazard scoreless in an inning.
They picked up no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left via the walk. So 2.5 gone. The Scotties do hold them scoreless. It's 5-0. Scotties coming into bat. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports Blue, 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
We move to the bottom half of the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home third inning. It's Hazard 5, Glasgow nothing. And the Scotties will have Stephen Garrett, Hudson Gum, and Keaton Haynes due up here in the inning. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Ross Logan ready to start his first full inning of work for Hazard. Fastball in there for a strike on the outside half. Stephen Garrett batting .242. Logan with a pitch, and here's a fly ball to center field. Fraley drifting back on it. It's over his head. Garrett on his way to second base. He'll be there with a leadoff double. I think the wind may have helped that one a little bit as it continues to blow straight away center field.
We've had 3 hits, 2 of them been doubles. We led off the second inning with a double and then got shot down at home on the fielder's choice on the
courtesy runner for Stephen Garrett, and that is going to be Landon Martin. running for Stephen at second base.
Number 8.
Yep. Good to see Landon out there. He's been dealing with a bit of an injury in the baseball season. Hudson Gum in there for the Scotties in the batter's box. First pitch to him, misses upstairs.
Hudson singled his first at bat. First pitch swinging, that first one.
Logan checking on the runner. Now the pitch. Misses upstairs. Glasgow with an opportunity to get something going here, down 5-0 in the bottom of the third. They've got their leadoff man on at second base, and the heart of the order at the plate.
They sure expect Hudson to pull, don't they?
Fastball here, misses off the plate outside.
Heck, I want you to look at the gap on the right field line.
Yeah, if he could somehow poke it down that right field line, he would run for a while. Three balls and no strikes. Gum will take ball 4 up high, so first 2 runners on for the Scotties. Glasgow has got to get back in this ball game here and make this hurt. Nobody out.
Well, Joe, in the bottom of the second, we had a double, a walk, and then they brought in the new pitcher, Logan, and he was able to get out of the inning.
Here's Keaton Haynes, the cleanup man.
They had a wild pitch, too, after we got the double and the walk.
Fastball from Logan misses high. If I'm Keaton, I'm probably taking a strike right here, as Logan have a little trouble finding the strike zone. Threw 4 straight balls to Hudson Gum. And runner takes off for third base here, and they throw him out.
Somebody called a balk. What was that?
Nobody called a balk.
Somebody.
I don't know.
No. Somebody did. It wasn't an umpire.
That's all that matters. So the runner thrown out there at second base. That is now 1 away. Stephen apparently thought he saw something, and where he could take the bag, take third base while the pitcher had the ball in his glove on the mound.
Geez, we've had leadoff doubles, and both of them got thrown out.
Not sure what we're doing right there.
Poor running.
1-0 pitch, or actually a throw over to first base. So now instead of runners at first and second, nobody out, you've got a runner at first with 1 away. It's a 1-ball, no strike count to Keaton Haynes. Now the 1-0. There's a ground ball fouled on the third base line.
Yeah, I don't really quite understand what he saw to make him take off. I mean.
Yep, not sure. Just really no need to take that chance with nobody out. You've got something going here with the heart of your order at the plate. Throw over to first base. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here to Haynes. Fastball in there for a strike. Now the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 down. That'll bring up Carter Hodges.
Carter flew out to center field his first at bat.
Carter started the day with a .257 average. Over to first base, runner back in safely. Hudson Gum there at first as he takes his lead once again. Logan with a pitch. Misses outside. The throw down by the catcher going to get away, and that's going to allow Gum to take second base. They're going to bring him around to third here as well. Hudson will hold up right there. You can see him struggling a bit with that injury he's dealing with. Trying to get over to third base, but he made it. So the throwing error by the catcher, Little, gives Gum 2 bases there. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. Carter Hodges. Fastball grounded to the right side and through into right field, and that'll get Gum in for Glasgow's first run of the day. Five to 1 Hazard here in the bottom half of the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home third inning. 2 down, runner at first base here is Carter Hodges. Thomas Glass coming to the plate.
Thomas doubled his first at bat into the right center gap. They're shading him to right center now.
And throw over to first base, but Hodges back in.
Yep. They're not expecting it. I want you to look now. If he put one down the third baseline.
Runner takes off for second base, and Hodges will have this one stolen without a throw. Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen a left fielder play that far off the line. He is literally playing left center field right now. This pitch misses upstairs.
Sure not expecting us to pull.
And time going to be called is head coach Brian Dean for Hazard going to go out and Gum 2 bases there. Ross Logan. After this broadcast, we've got some time off, spring break coming up, so we will not have another broadcast for you for nearly 2 weeks. It'll be Tuesday, April the 14th, a baseball game against Caverna. It's a 5 o'clock start for that one as well. Our broadcast will begin at 4:45 on Tuesday, April the 14th. 2 balls and no strikes to Thomas Glass. Ross Logan's pitch outside. Hodges, the lone base runner for the Scotties, out at second base. 1 run in for Glasgow here in the third. They trail 5 to 1. 3-0 pitch, misses outside. So a 4-pitch walk to Glass. They bring up the third baseman, Peyton Limley. Peyton batting .233 with 4 RBIs.
He walked his first at bat in the second inning, was stranded on third.
Fastball misses outside for ball 1.
Well, that's 6 straight balls he's thrown. No, 5.
Yep.
The last batter singled. That was a strike. So before that.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's a strike on the outside corner.
He's pulled over a little bit, but he's still playing them not to hit anything down the line.
Fastball from Logan, swung on and missed by Limley. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Scotties need a hit.
Logan with a 1-2. And it's inside, but it was a check swing, and Limley could not hold up. So he is down on strikes. An SCRTC strikeout by Ross Logan. The Scotties do get 1 run across, but they strand another runner in scoring position.
1 run, 1 hit. There was 1 error, and they strand 1. We have now completed 3 innings. Glasgow trails Hazard 5 to 1. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCIU Sports Blue, 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
It'll be the heart of the order coming up for Hazard in the top of the Scooters Coffee fourth inning. That's their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Tucker Napier, Caden Williams, and Jacoby Little. Due up for the Bulldogs. Braylon Caldwell finishing up his warm-up tosses here between innings. Hazard 5, Glasgow 1 as we start this fourth inning.
Joe Napier is 1 for 1, scored 2 runs. He's singled and walked and scored both times. He does have a stolen base.
Again, if you're wondering why Hazard is all the way over here in South Central Kentucky, they are on spring break this week. They've come over this way to play a few ball games. They've got Glasgow here today. They'll play at Adair County tomorrow and then at Barron County on Friday. Braylon Caldwell's first pitch of the inning is in there for strike 1. Scotty's going spring break next week. They'll travel to Florida to play a few games down there. Breaking ball outside here. Caldwell with a 1-1. Fastball fouled off down the right side.
Turned out to be a nice day.
It has. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way from Caldwell. Another curveball. This one popped up on the infield. Going to be caught by the second baseman, Garrett Shields, just on the edge of the outfield grass, actually. And there's one down. That will bring up the cleanup hitter, Caden Williams. Dealing with some allergies today, are you,
I
Brett?
mowed yesterday and today in that wind, and it's just that I sure am. Williams hit into a fielder's choice and singled.
Pitch in there for a called strike to the sophomore first baseman. And this pitch misses outside. Caldwell into the windup. The pitch also outside with his fastball, 2-1. Breaking ball from Caldwell drops in for a called strike 2. Now the pitch popped up and out of play. Caldwell into the windup. And the 2-2 pitch fouled off once again. We have had a pretty much constant breeze for like 3 or 4 days now.
Yeah, we have.
Now the 2-2 once again. And once again fouled off out of play.
Well, he'll be looking at his 8th pitch of the bat.
Caldwell with another 2-2 pitch. Curveball is lined into left field for a 1-out single. So Caden Williams on at first base. Now the catcher, Jacoby Little, due up.
8th hit of the ball game. No 9th. I didn't give somebody because I had one.
Hazard has hit the ball very well today.
No, just their eighth. I gave them one too many in the second inning. They only had 3 in the second inning. That is their 8th hit.
Caldwell comes with a fastball. It's flown to left field. And the catch going to be made out there by J.P. Pitcock. A good job of calling off the shortstop, Thomas Glass. That's a much easier play for Pitcock coming in on that ball than it is for Glass going out on it. 2 down. Now the pitcher, Ross Logan, at the plate.
Logan's 2 for 2.
Hazard leading this ball game 5-1 here in the top of the Scooters Coffee 4th inning. Curveball popped up on the infield. The second baseman Shields calling for it, and he'll make the catch. So just about as quiet of an inning as Hazard has had this afternoon as they are set down without any runs coming across the plate.
Well, Caldwell's come down and not give up a run. He's only given up the 1 hit since he's come in. So no runs. There was 2 hits, 1 in this inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 stranded. 3.5 gone by. Hazard still on top of the Scotties, 5-1. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
Myers, Bruce Tribune back with you at Sam Roy's Field. We go to the bottom half of the Scooters Coffee 4th inning. Hazard leading this one right now by a score of 5-1 over Glasgow. And the Scotties will send up their 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Braylon Caldwell has taken J.P. Pitcock's spot in the lineup here at the number 8 spot. So we'll put Braylon in there, as he is going to be at the plate to start the 4th. He'll be followed by Garrett Shields and Houston Haynes. We'll see if Houston is still in the lineup as the DH here. He is no longer playing in the field. And this pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. At least we don't think he is. Again, you have to forgive us if we're not exactly right on these defensive changes. Nobody tells us what's going on out there. It's left up to us to try to figure it out. Here's the 1-0, and this pitch misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. And the fastball here going to be fouled off. Two balls and a strike to Caldwell. Pitch from Ross Logan misses upstairs. 3-1.
Wonder what his velocity is. They sure don't expect us to get around on him.
No, they do not. Now the 3-1. Swing and a miss. And it's a Riley Dental Group full count. Yeah, the left fielder continuing to play way off the line. Center fielder shaded quite a bit as well to the right. This ball is pulled. It's very well hit, and it is gone. No, it isn't. It's off the wall. It's a double here for Braylon Caldwell to lead off the fourth.
Joe, this is the third inning in a row we've led the inning off with a double. We've scored 1 run.
Well, that needs to change in this inning. You're going to get Cooper Hatton running. Or is that 6?
That's
no, that's
5.
5. That's
6.
Cooper Hatton running out there. Oh, yeah, Caldwell is 6.
Yeah.
Cooper Hatton running for Caldwell at second base is the courtesy runner. Here's Garrett Shields at the plate. He shows bunt, pops it up.
Oh, my goodness.
1 away. And Houston Haynes has apparently moved into the DH spot, unless he's out there in left field where Pitcock was, which may be the case, actually.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. That's
1 away with the runner at second base. Ross Logan on the mound. Checking on Hatton at second. Now the pitch. And it's way outside. Here's the 1-0. That one misses upstairs.
Houston has fouled out to the pitcher and hit into a 6-3 fielder's choice.
2-0 is low on inside, so 3 balls and no strikes to Haynes. Logan with a pitch. It's outside, so 4-pitch walk to Houston Haynes puts runners at first and second. And here's the catcher, Stephen Garrett.
Garrett walked in the first, doubled in the third over the center fielder's head. Well, somebody's sending those smoke signals out there in center field.
Ross Logan sets. Here's the 1-2. Or the first pitch of the at-bat, I should say. What am I thinking? First pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Logan comes with a 1-0. This ball hit well to left center field, but drifting over is Jaden Fraley, and he'll make the catch. And there are 2 away. Or is that just the first? Yeah, there is 2 outs. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay. Here comes Hudson Gum, the right fielder.
But Hudson singled in the first into left center, about where that, and then he walked and scored our lone run in the third.
Gum comes to the plate. Glasgow down 5-1 here in the bottom of the Scooters Coffee 4th inning. Runners at first and second. First pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate.
I sure thought that double was hit out. It looked like it went over the fence.
Here's the 0-1. Popped up and going to get out of play. Didn't get out by much. The catcher, Jacoby Little, thought he was going to have a play on that ball, but landed just over the fence.
No, it hit the concrete here in front of us. So Hudson behind 0-2, so we'll probably see something junky here.
Logan with a pitch. It's a fastball, and Hudson fouls it off to the right side. Glasgow got their leadoff man on with a double. Nobody out.
3 straight innings we've had led the inning off with a double.
The 0-2 pitch, and Gum has a base hit into the left center field. That's going to get one run in. Haynes will hold up at third, and Gum will take second base as the throw went through to third base. Cooper Hatton scoring the second run of the day for the Scotties. As he was pinch running there for Braylon Caldwell, or courtesy running, I should say. And now here's Keaton Haynes for the Scotties, with Glasgow down 5-2. Runners at second and third, so a base hit make this a one-run ball game potentially.
Keaton is lined out to center field and struck out looking in the third.
Good pitch to start the at-bat there by Logan. Looked like he took something off with a changeup in there for a called strike.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's one of the first pitches we've seen him take that much off of. And, it fell back over the plate. He's been just throwing fastballs.
Now the 0-1. This one in the dirt. It's going to get to the backstop, and that brings in another run for the Scotties as Houston Haynes comes in to make it 5-3. Gum moving over to third base. So 1 ball, 1 strike count to Keaton Haynes. Fastball from Logan, fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes. Logan sets, kicks, and fires. And this fastball off the plate outside.
Boy, that one would have been tough to take. He's called that a time or two on that edge.
Now the 2-2. That one's low and away, and they've got a Riley Dental Group full count. Carter Hodges on deck should Haynes reach.
Yeah, he had a RBI single, his second at bat.
Payoff pitch coming, and Haynes watches strike 3 go by. It's an SCRTC strikeout for Hazard. And Glasgow does get a couple more runs across, but they continue to trail here as we go to the top of the 5th.
2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 stranded. We've completed 4, and it's Hazard 5, Glasgow 3. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports Blue 103.1 FM 1498.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh.
We start the top of the 5th inning here at Sam Roy's Field. It's Hazard leading the Scotties 5-3 in high school baseball. And it'll be Jalen Fraley, Isaac Begley, and Zach Young due up for the Bulldogs. That's the 7, 8, and 9 men in their order. Braylon Caldwell with his first pitch of this inning. It's a breaking ball, which stays upstairs. Braylon almost lost his hat when he delivered that pitch. Here's the 1-0. 2-0, that fastball misses outside.
Since Braylon's come in, he's given up 2 walks and a single.
And this one going to be fouled back. Caldwell with a 2-1 pitch. In there for a called strike. The 2-2 now. Breaking balls outside. That's a Riley Dental Group full count. Here's the 3-2. Popped up. And we'll get out of play. Caldwell with another payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Flown to short center field, and actually the catch going to be made by the second baseman Shields as he backed up several steps onto the outfield grass there. With one away, here comes the DH Isaac Begley.
Begley has grounded to third and flown out to the left.
Begley batting .250 with 3 RBIs when the day began. And the sophomore watches a fastball go by for a called strike. This pitch misses low and away. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. Caldwell into the windup. This one going to be popped up. It'll stay in play in foul territory. Coming in and making the catch is the first baseman Keaton Haynes, and there are 2 away. And we have a pinch hitter here for Zach Young. It's going to be Isaiah Johnson hitting for Young in the number 9 spot. Caldwell will start him with a fastball that misses low and away.
Was this his first time in the game?
He's a pinch hitter, yeah.
I mean,
in any game?
Yeah, any game. I don't see his name anywhere.
This one misses as well, 2-0. And now 3-0. That fastball way outside. Caldwell into the windup and the pitch. And that one's in there for a strike at the knees.
Need to get this one. They'd be back to the top of the order.
3-1 pitch hit back at Caldwell, and he fields it on the mound, and he'll flip it to Haynes at first base. And I believe for the first time today, Hazard goes 3 up, 3 down here in the 5th.
You're right, Joe. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's 5-3. Hazard over your Glasgow Scotties. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCLU Sports Blue. 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
Bruce Tribune back with you at historic Richardson Stadium, Sam Royce Field. Hazard leading the Scotties 5-3 as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Glasgow. Carter Hodges, Thomas Glass, and Peyton Limley due up. Carter batting .257 on the year. Started the day with 6 RBIs.
He does have a single today.
Ross Logan still on the hill for the Bulldogs. Starts Hodges off with a fastball that misses upstairs. Hodges gives this one a ride to center field. Really well hit, and it is out of here.
All right.
A solo home run for Carter Hodges. I knew when that one left the bat, it had a chance. And it clears the center field fence out there just to the left of the tallest part of the fence. But still a pretty good shot there for Carter Hodges. His first home run of the season. Second home run for the Scotties as a team this year. And that pulls Glasgow back to within 1 run, now trailing just 5-4 here in the bottom of the 5th. RBI number 7 on the year for Carter Hodges.
8. He's had 1.
Oh, he had 1 today?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so 8 on the year now.
Had an RBI single in the...
And this one to Thomas Glass is off the handle, grounded to the second baseman Napier. He charges and goes to first for out number 1. I'll bring up the third baseman, Peyton Limley. The Scotties have scratched their way back in this thing. They trailed 5-0 after 2 innings, but put up 1 run in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and now 1 so far here in the 5th. Fastball to Limley outside.
Carter has raised his batting average to .289. So.
Good to see that.
The last 3, we've had 4 extra base hits, Joe. The last 3 innings, we've had a double, and a home run. I mean, a double, and a home run for the leadoff batter in the last 4 innings.
Pitch to Limley missed outside, so now 2-0 to him. Logan delivers. And that fastball is low.
Caldwell on deck, and he's the one we thought had a home run himself that hit off the base of the fence in left field. His last at bat, he led off the 4th.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And Limley swinging away on 3-0. It would have been a strike. We fouled it back.
He had a base on balls and struck out it.
Three balls and a strike to Limley. Logan with the pitch. And it's high. It was ball 4. Limley will head down to first base with 1 away. And now the pitcher for the Scotties, Braylon Caldwell.
Caldwell 1 for 1 with a double, run scored. So he's helped himself here today.
Bounced one off the left field fence his last time, or his first time up. He's only had one other at bat.
Have a talk.
Coach Dean going out to talk with his pitcher, Ross Logan. And we're going to get a pitching change. So we'll take a timeout here, and then when we come back, we'll tell you who the new pitcher is going to be for Hazard. This pitching change brought to you by the People's Bank. Glasgow is back in this thing, trailing just 5-4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're back after a 1-minute timeout here on WCLU Blue, 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
Back here at Sam Roy's Field, we're in the middle of the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 5-4 ball game. Hazard on top of Glasgow. There's one away. And we do have a pitching change brought to you by the People's Bank. The new Hazard pitcher will be Caden Williams. He has been at first base. Williams is a right-handed sophomore. He has pretty good numbers on the year, 2-1 as far as his win-loss record, but he has a 3.34 ERA. He has struck out 16. He's walked 7. He's thrown more innings than anybody else on staff this year for Hazard, 14 2/3 innings pitched. And he's making his 5th appearance, and 4 of those 5 appearances have come in relief. He's made only 1 start. Braylon Caldwell will be the first batter he faces. Glasgow has Thomas Glass as the runner on at first base. And they throw to first base. That's Peyton Limley at first base. And they throw back, but Limley slides in safely. Williams again throws to first base, and again Limley back in safely.
Where I was sitting, I was trying to see where they had their outfielders again. The left fielder.
That is actually Landon Holly, Landon Holly running for Limley at first base. And again, they'll throw to first. What were you saying?
The third baseman where he was standing, I couldn't see the left fielder, and I thought, geez, has he pulled all the way around to center?
Holly gets a lead at first base again. Williams will deliver his first pitch. It's in the dirt, and that's going to allow Holly to try to take second base, and he does. So now the tying run in scoring position with just 1 away. So 1 ball, no strike count to Caldwell. Pitch is off the handle, hit to the right side. That'll move Holly over to third base if nothing else. They will throw Caldwell out at first as the pitcher Williams came off the mound to field it. Now the second baseman, Garrett Shields. The tying run 90 feet away.
Well, he tried to bunt last at bat and popped it up to the pitcher, and he grounded out to the pitcher also. His first at bat.
Williams with the fastball, and this ball hit well by Shields. Is it going to go foul? It is. Way foul. Let's see Garrett straighten that one out a little bit. No balls and a strike to him. Williams delivers. Curveball beauty. Drops in there for a called strike 2. Now the 0-2 pitch. Another curveball, and Shields was late on it, but he got just enough of it to stay alive. Looked like Garrett decided at the last minute to swing at that ball. A good thing he did. Probably would have been strike 3. Now the 0-2. Popped up. Going to stay in play, and actually will be fielded by the shortstop Trace Kincaid. So Glasgow able to get 1 more run across on the solo home run by Carter Hodges to lead off the 5th, but the Scotties still trail by 1.
1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 5, it's Hazard 5, Glasgow 4. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCOU Sports Blue 103.1 FM 14.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
We start at the top of the 6th inning. It is Hazard leading Glasgow 5-4 here in baseball. And it'll be the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Trace Kincaid, Clint Davidson, and Tucker Napier due up.
Kincaid is 1 for 3. Scored a run in that first inning.
Braylon Caldwell back up there on the hill for Glasgow. Kincaid, a left-handed hitter. Caldwell starts this inning with a pitch that's in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's low and inside. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball, nice one right there. Catches the backside corner. Caldwell ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. His pitch swung on and missed. That's an SCRTC strikeout as Caldwell blows the fastball by Trace Kincaid.
His first.
Now the right fielder, Clint Davidson.
Davidson is 1 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He's 2 for 3. I'm sorry. He struck out his last at bat. Had 2 singles and scored 2 runs.
First pitch to him misses. Ball 1. Caldwell's pitch. Curveball here outside. The 2-0 pitch. Make it 2-1 as that fastball is over the heart of the plate at the knees. Now the 2-1.
Wow.
Curveball, and boy, I don't know where that
He
missed.
ducked.
The hitter gave up on that pitch, and so did the umpire, quite honestly. That looked like a strike from here.
He
Here's the
ducked.
3-1, and this one popped up out of play.
I can't believe that call, Joe. I mean, it was hard to tell where the strike zone was when he laid down. I mean,
The Riley Dental Group full count. Payoff pitch from Caldwell. And the breaking ball is lined but caught by Garrett Shields at second base. There are 2 down. I bring up the second baseman, Tucker Napier.
Napier is 1 for 2. He singled, walked, and popped out to second. He scored a run in that first inning, had an RBI.
Caldwell's pitch is hit on the ground to shortstop. Thomas Glass up with it. His throw is there, and for the second consecutive inning, Hazard 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th.
Caldwell's done well since he come in. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Scotty still trail 5-4 after 5.5. We'll be right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCOU Sports Blue, 103.1 FM, 1490 AM.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
Back here at Sam Royce Field, we go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. It is Hazard holding a 5-4 lead over the Scotties, and Glasgow will have the top of the order due up here. Houston Haynes, Stephen Garrett, and Hudson Gum. So, Bruce, this is an opportunity you would hope the Scotties maybe can get something going here with the top of the order down by one. They're down to their final 6 outs here.
Well, let's hope we can keep something going. We've had extra base hits the last 4 innings to lead off the inning.
Yep. Glasgow has scored in each of the last 3 innings. Did not score in the first or second, but got 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. Hazard started this ballgame with a 5-0 lead, but 4 unanswered runs here for the Scotties. Caden Williams' first pitch of this inning misses way upstairs. Haynes hitting .267 when the day began.
Well, he's
1 RBI.
Looking for his first hit. He walked in that 4th inning and scored on a single by Houston Gum.
Here's the 1-0. And, boy, Haynes almost got hit. And did he get hit? He did get hit by that one. Thought he was able to maybe duck out of the way of it, but I think it might have got a piece of his helmet. So the leadoff man on once again for the Scotties. That is the tying run at first base. Here comes Stephen Garrett with nobody out. See if the Scotties try to bunt here to move him into scoring position, or if they let Garrett swing away. He's a .242 hitter. And they throw to first base. Haynes dives back in safely.
He had an RBI in the 4th on a sacrifice to center field.
Garrett does show bunt, and now they've got Haynes in a rundown. Throw to the shortstop, and he'll tag Haynes out. That's 3 crucial base running mistakes by the Scotties here this afternoon.
We did this against Greenwood the other night. Just base running, had a runner on second, and went with a fake.
So now the base is empty. 1 out here in the 6th. Pitch to Garrett is going to be fouled down the third base line. I know the Scotties like to be aggressive on the base paths. There's no secret about that, but
you can be aggressive, but you got to be smart.
Can't make continuous mistakes.
You got to be smart.
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball here, misses upstairs. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Garrett at the breaking ball. The 1-2 pitch. Garrett will foul it off, and it will get out of play here on the right side. Now the 1-2. Again fouled off. Hazard leads 5-4 over the Scotties. We're in the bottom of the 6th here at Sam Royce Field. Caden Williams on the mound. His 1-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball, hitting the air to center field. Jaden Fraley, drifting over, and he will make the catch. He and his right fielder, Clint Davidson, nearly ran into each other. But at the last moment, Davidson was able to avoid the collision, and Fraley caught the baseball. There's now 2 away. That'll bring up the right fielder, Hudson Gum.
Hudson is 2 for 2, Joe. Scored a run, had 2 RBI on his single in the 4th.
.321 hitter.
Coming into today.
The pitch from Williams is a breaking ball that's low and away. Williams with a 1-0. Curveball misses inside.
Hudson has raised his average to 366 today with the 2 hits.
Good deal. 2-0 pitch. That one's high with a fastball, so now 3-0 to Gum. The 3-0.
Wow.
Nearly hits him. So Gum gets the 4-pitch walk. And he becomes the tying run on at first base with 2 down here in the 6th. And I think we may get a pinch runner for Hudson as Coach Cameron Garman comes out to make a change with the home plate umpire. Keaton Haynes is the player that's due up at the plate.
May have a pinch hitter, too. I don't know.
No, Keaton Haynes
up.
is pitching.
Okay.
He's going to hit. And I'm not sure what Cam was talking to our home plate umpire about. Yeah, we are going to have a pinch runner. Okay, so it'll be Landon Martin running for Gum at first. We told you Hudson dealing with a bit of an injury, so with the importance of that run there at first base, Coach Garman wants to make sure he's got a healthy individual there on the base paths. And now the 2 umpires are discussing something.
Well, I think what he was discussing, Landon had been a courtesy runner for Stephen Garrett in that 5th inning, and I guess they're checking. So, but a courtesy runner can check into the game as a pinch runner, but he can't. He's done now for the day.
Unless he were to go into the field, which you would not expect him to do that for Hudson Gum out there in right field. But
he
could.
Know. He's an outfielder,
right.
Generally, but anyway, he's.
That would mean Hudson couldn't re-enter though.
Right.
If he does go in defensively.
Well, he can't re-enter. He's a pinch runner.
I'm talking about Hudson.
Hudson can't come back.
Hudson can come back.
Re-enter.
On the
Yeah,
defensive end. Yes, he can.
Yeah, that one re-enter.
Keaton Haynes at the plate. And throw over to first base. Martin back in safely.
Better be careful. He throw one down the line, he might tie it up.
Throw over to first base. Martin again slides back in head first. Caden Williams with a pitch. Fastball in the dirt, and Martin almost took off for second base, but a good job by the catcher Little to keep that ball in front of him. Martin heads back to first.
I'm sure the coach was probably hollering at him. Get back.
1 ball, no strikes to count here to Keaton Haynes. Williams with a pitch. Breaking ball, grounded back up the middle, scooped up by the shortstop Kincaid. He'll flip to Napier covering the bag at second. And that will end the threat here for the Scotties in the 6th. We'll go to the 7th inning with Glasgow down by 1.
No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We've completed 6. Glasgow still trails Hazard 5-4. We'll be right back after this timeout on WCLU Sports Blue 103.1 FM 1498.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
It's been an amazing 33 years. I've been blessed to have someone by my side that I can count on no matter what. Like 3 years ago when I had that car accident, you really came through for me. So I just want to say thank you, Alan, for being my Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Oh, he's been great too.
Joe Myers, Bristol View, back here with you at Sam Royce Field, historic Richardson Stadium, as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Hazard leads the Scotties by a score of 5-4. And Hazard will send up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters here. That'll be Caden Williams, Jacoby Little, and Ross Logan. And Landon Martin did stay in the ball game for Hudson Gum. So Landon Martin, the new right fielder. Braylon Caldwell back out there for another inning of work on the hill for the Scotties. Caden Williams at the plate. First pitch from Caldwell this inning. Fastball is upstairs. Williams started to offer and then checked his swing. Fastball from Caldwell here misses low. The 2-0 pitch. That one's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Now the 2-1. And this off the handle, but going to drop into left field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Caden Williams as they try to pad their 1-run lead here in the 7th. That will bring up the catcher, Jacoby Little. Little start of the day with a .292 average and 6 RBIs. Caldwell will work from the stretch with the runner at first base. And it's a bunt laid down the third base line. A really nice one. Limley will come off the bag at third base, and his throw is off the target. So both runners are safe here.
Bad throw or infield hit.
Looked like to me they would have had him at first base with a good throw. Would have been close.
I was writing. Well, it's a sack anyway, so it won't count against his average. So.
Here's Ross Logan. You sure it's a sacrifice when
he was bunting to right?
Right, but to get the sacrifice, I think he would have had to be out, right? I may be wrong. Breaking ball here from Caldwell, misses low for ball 1.
Well, I mean, if it hadn't been an error, though, if it had been an out, it would have been a sacrifice.
Right.
So
I thought the error would have nullified the sacrifice, but maybe not. Here's the 1-0 pitch coming to Logan as he shows bunt, and that one misses low as well. 2-0.
He has 2 singles on the day. Flew out to second base his last at bat.
Logan again shows bunt on a 2-0 count. The Scotties will throw to second base, but the runner back in safely. And by the way, we have a courtesy runner out there at second base. That's Ty Fugate, who's running for Caden Williams, the pitcher.
Number Fugate.
12. Again, Ross shows bunt. Pops it up in foul territory. It'll get out of play. Two balls and a strike to the 7th grader for the Hazard Bulldogs here, Ross Logan. Caldwell checks his runners. Again, Logan showing bunt. Pulls back and takes strike 2 there, so probably take the bunt off here with 2 strikes. Showing bunt early. I'll be shocked if he... Now he's going to pull back and swing away. And this one, a ground ball to the right side. Nice play by Keaton Haynes. He'll go to second to get the lead runner. Or not the lead runner, but get the runner at second. You've still got a runner over at third base now. That's the first out here in the 7th inning. Runners on the corners for the Bulldogs. And the hitter is Jaden Fraley.
Fraley is 0 for 3. Reached on an error, fielder's choice, and he popped out to second base.
He shows bunt.
Squeeze.
And now they've got the runner at third base and a run down here. Garrett gives it up to Limley. Limley will throw to Caldwell, and he'll tag the runner out. Well, somebody missed a sign right there, and obviously it was the hitter because Coach Brian Dean is not very happy right now with Jaden Fraley. The runner at third broke home on the pitch, so obviously Fraley knows he's got to try to put the bat on the ball, whether he fouls it off or whatever. You can't just take the pitch. So there's now 2 away. Scotties catch a break right there with a base running mistake by Hazard. They do have a runner at second base. Pitch from Caldwell is a curveball that misses a bit inside to Fraley. Coach Dean is fuming down there in the third base box. He is not a happy camper. Here's the 1-1. This pitch called a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The 1-2. Fastball misses low. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Caldwell. Breaking ball hit back into center field. They'll hold the runner up at third base. He took a huge turnaround third, and now the throw home gets away. So fortunate for the Scotties that they held Ross Logan up there at third base. Fraley winds up taking second on the throw home. So now runners at second and third, still 2 down here in the 7th, and the hitter will be Isaac Begley.
Begley is 0 for 3. He's grounded to third, he's flown out to left, and he's popped out to first. First inning that Caldwell's seen more than 4 batters.
Fastball from Caldwell misses outside. Yeah, Braylon's been good since he came into the ball game. Has not yet allowed a run. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball falls in there for strike 1. Caldwell with a 1-1. And that one misses. Zach Young waiting on deck for the Bulldogs. Should Begley keep this inning alive? 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball, hit in the air to the right side, and it is going to be caught out there by Landon Martin, and that will end the threat for Hazard. So Glasgow forces Hazard to strand 2 runners in scoring position here in the 7th. Glasgow down by 1, down to their final 3 outs.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Scotty's coming to bat in the 7th, trailing 5-4. We right back after this 1-minute timeout on WCAU Sports Blues.
For local news that impacts your everyday life, turn to GlasgowNews1.com, the trusted source for journalism in Glasgow and Barron County.
While others focus on headlines from far away,
GN1 is in the room for you, covering the decisions that matter most, from city council and fiscal court to school board meetings, civic issues, public safety, and the people and stories that shape our community.
Connect with our coverage on GlasgowNews1.com, the GN1 app, on our social media feeds, or subscribe to our free daily email.
From the very first day to the final walk across the stage. In Glasgow, your child isn't just enrolling in a school. They're joining a family. Today, they're holding tiny backpacks. Tomorrow, they're holding diplomas. In Glasgow, every step matters and every road leads home. Join the family.
Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune back with you at Sam Royce Field, where the Scotties and the Hazard Bulldogs are in a good one. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it's Glasgow trailing 5-4. Scotties will send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters here. Carter Hodges, Thomas Glass, and Peyton Limley. And the discussion that Bruce and I were having about whether or not that should have counted as a sacrifice earlier in the top of the 7th, even if the person bunting, the batter, reaches by an error, it is still scored a sacrifice. So Bruce had that scored correctly. Appreciate the assist there from Carl Zettelmoyer, who helped us out with that, sent us a little screenshot. Always glad to know we've got people listening who can help us out. Carter Hodges watches a breaking ball go by. They're going to check down at first base to see if he swung. He did not. He checked his swing. Caden Williams with a 1-0 pitch. That breaking ball in there for a strike. Hodges started the day batting .257 with 6 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch, and it hit Hodges. So the tying run will reach as the leadoff hitter, Hodges, is hit by the pitch.
Second hit by batter.
That'll bring up Thomas Glass, the shortstop.
He led off the 6th inning by hitting Houston Haynes. And Carter on the day is 2 for 3 now. Glass has doubled, walked, and grounded to second.
And they throw to first base. Hodges dives back in safely. Williams with a pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Glass started the day with a .313 average, leading the team, or second on the team in RBIs with 8. The 0-1 pitch, called strike 2 on the inside corner.
He's raised it a little because he's 1 for 2 so far today. He did draw a walk in that 3rd inning.
Hodges takes his lead at first base. Williams takes a look over there, taking a long look over there. Now comes set. And he'll throw to first base. Hodges dives back in safely. Williams with the 0-2 pitch. And the pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Little. Glasgow trailing 5-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning to the Hazard Bulldogs. Tying run is on at first base for the Scotties. Nobody out. Williams with a pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. It's an SCRTC strikeout for Caden Williams. That brings up the third baseman, Peyton Limley.
Limley is 0 for 1 so far. Walked and struck out.
Williams again throws to first base. Hodges back there safely.
Well, he's walked twice. No? Yes, he's walked twice. I'm sorry. Struck out once.
Williams with a pitch as Hodges takes off for second base. It's in the dirt. The throw down is not in time. A stolen base for Carter Hodges, and the tying run is in scoring position.
That's Carter's second stolen base on the day. He's 2 for 3 with 1 run scored. He has a home run.
So Hodges on the year now, 4 out of 4 in stolen bases.
They must knew the stats because they were trying to hold him, weren't they?
Yeah, they were paying a lot of attention to him over there. Pitch to Limley was a ball.
Man, if Limley could put one down the left field line, we would tie this up right here.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs.
Like you say, they're still shading us to not pull the ball.
Not quite as badly as they were earlier,
no,
but
man,
yeah, he's still playing way off the line.
Protecting that left field line, though, from a double.
And this pitch popped up and going to take a one bounce, and it's going to get by the first baseman, Logan, and they're going to hold Hodges up at third base wisely.
Joe, I couldn't see it. Was it an error or a hit?
That was a tough play. I mean, it was a one hopper. I think you have to rule it an error. I believe you'd have to rule it an error.
I can't see
We're
that.
not the official. Well, I can't see it very well, but from what I saw,
I can't see it at all from where I am. So it's an E3. He does advance to second, so a base hit could win this one.
Still just one away. See if Hazard decides to put Caldwell on here. That would give him a force at every base. And we'll get a runner for Limley out there at second base. That's going to be Rashad Etheridge pinch running for Limley. The tying run, Hodges 90 feet away. The winning run, Etheridge out at second base. Looks like they are going to pitch to Caldwell here.
He has a double. He led off that. He doubled in the fourth when it came in on the mound, so he can win the game for himself here.
Williams with the pitch, breaking ball, and swing and a miss for strike one.
Take your time. He's 1 for 2 so far today.
So Caldwell now 3 of 9 on the season, so batting .333.
With a run scored today.
0-1 pitch in the dirt. Oh, what a terrific stop that time by the catcher, Jacoby Little. He had to go way out to his right to block that ball, and he did it. If that ball gets by him, it's a tie ball game. One ball, one strike, the count. Williams with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hazard infielders are in on the edge of the grass, trying to prevent that tying run from scoring on a ground ball.
Well, the ball in a gap could score two.
The 1-2 is fouled off into the Hazard dugout.
If he could get one by the infield, it might be 2, because they've got the outfield still deep. They're not going to try to.
We'll get another 1-2 pitch to Braylon Caldwell. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss as Williams blows the fastball by Caldwell for an SCRTC strikeout and out number 2. That will allow the fielders to move back to normal depth here with 2 away. And the hitter, Garrett Shields, with, again, the tying run at third base, the winning run at second base here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Glasgow trailing 5-4.
Joe Garrett is 0 for 3.
That just means he's due.
He bunted out. He's hit back to the pitcher, and he's popped out to shortstop.
And the breaking ball here misses upstairs. The 1-0 pitch popped up, foul, out of play. Williams sets the 1-1. Fastball misses high. Scotties have scored 4 unanswered runs. Hazard led 5-0 after 2 innings. They have not scored since. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, called a strike on the inside corner. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball, fouled straight back.
Well, he's had 2 strikeouts, and they've both been this inning. He's hit 2 batters. He's given up, since he's come in, he's given up a walk.
Another 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Scotties will fall by a final score of 5-4 as they'll leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position here in the 7th inning. And Hazard will improve to 4-5 on the year. Glasgow falls to 6-5. We'll come back in a moment on the TJ Regional Health postgame show. We'll take a look at the final stats brought to you by McDonald's. Also look at our Hardee's Hot and Fresh Play of the Game. And we'll have our Kentucky Farm Bureau Player of the Game as well. We'll also be joined by Glasgow head coach Cameron Garman to discuss this one. Glasgow falls 5-4 here at Sam Roy's Field to the Hazard Bulldogs. We'll be back with the TJ Regional Health postgame show after this 4-minute timeout here on WCLU Blue, 103.1 FM and 1490 AM.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them.
Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches to choose from. The new Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Hot Ham and Cheese, Hand-Breaded Chicken Tender Wrap, or Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger. Mix and match any 2 with fries and a drink, just $6.99.
Our dental health plays a vital role in our overall health. Practicing good dental hygiene is especially important for children. When was your child's last checkup? Riley Dental Group is invested in making sure you and your family have the healthiest smile possible. They understand a dental visit may prompt anxiety or nervousness, but Dr. Riley and his team offer a variety of solutions, including a comforting and friendly visit from Bennett, their therapy dog. Call Riley Dental Group for an appointment, 651-5939.
Right now, when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, say good morning to 20% off any breakfast order of $10 or more. Wake up to the fluffy omelet biscuit or a home-style loaded burrito and save. That's goodness in Hardy's country.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery. Whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries, our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
When trying to find a bank that satisfies, everyone wants more of this. But where do you go to find great savings and friendly service all in one? A Kasasa account at the People's Bank. Kasasa accounts offer high interest, cash back, and automatic savings growth. Whether you open a Kasasa Cash, Kasasa Cash Back, or Kasasa Saver, your earnings will be through the roof. Come see the People's Bank in Cave City or Glasgow and see the difference in savings and service. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact the People's Bank for details. Member FDIC.
We know there's a big difference between being in a community and being part of the community. That's why here in Glasgow, we cheer on the Scotties. We work hard every day to make a positive impact on the community we call home. Behind our golden arches, we strive daily to serve delicious food and treats. If you could only smell this McDonald's ad, you'd smell how delicious this burger and fries really are. Join our McTeam. To learn how, text KY209 to 38000. Benefits include a sign-on bonus up to $500.
I just did it, but I waited way too long. Trust me, it's about time you left cable TV behind and started saving with MyStream TV from SCRTC. Already have TV with SCRTC and you still have cable boxes and wires everywhere? Talk to SCRTC about MyStream TV and compare it to your current service. The best thing about MyStream TV, you'll save money and get up to 1 gig symmetrical internet. Visit scrtc.com and click on the MyStream TV logo at the top to start saving on cable today.
Welcome back here to Sam Roy's Field. The Scotties fall to the Hazard Bulldogs by a final score of 5-4, and we are joined by Glasgow head coach Cameron Garman here on the TJ Regional Health postgame show. Cam, your ball club got down 5-0 in this ball game, but you got to love the fight they showed. They scored 4 unanswered runs, just could not quite get that big hit when we had to have it there in the 7th.
Yeah, had opportunities. The only negative thing I'll say is, and that's my fault. I've obviously not coached up base running enough. Had 2 or 3 situational things that I don't know what we were doing out there. We weren't playing situational baseball, and got some silly outs that we didn't need. So again, that's my fault. I just need to coach up base running better. But yeah, very happy of our guys that fought back and came up with hits to get us back into the game and good ABs. Carter Hodges had his first home run of his whole life.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Never seen the ball go over the fence in a game, so congrats to him.
Yeah.
And Keaton hit one the other night, so maybe we'll keep squaring them up. Steven hit the ball hard. I mean, plenty of guys were giving good ABs. Hats off to Braylon Caldwell coming in and just flat out shutting them down. And I can live with what Thomas Glass did. I don't think he walked anybody. One guy.
We have him with one.
Okay,
walk, yeah.
So he walked one guy, and at the end of the day, they put the ball in play, and we just got to make plays. And sometimes there's a couple times we could have made the play, but other times they just found the hole and put the ball in play. And I can live with stuff like that.
Yes, sometimes you just get the other team credit. They were hitting the ball well in those first couple
that's what
innings.
we're preaching. Just throw it over the plate, and we'll live with the results. We cannot defend walks.
Right.
But yeah, plenty of lessons to be learned tonight. But obviously happy with some of the performances to get back in the game. And you've got runners on second and third, one out. Got to figure out a way to get them in. So.
You mentioned Braylon Caldwell. I think this is the third. We've done 4 games. I think it's maybe the third time we've seen Braylon pitch.
Yeah.
And every time we have seen him, he has been impressive. He goes 5 innings in relief tonight, faced 19 batters, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, gave up just 3 hits, no earned runs. And I know you said Braylon's been dealing with an injury a little bit early in the season, so I know you're glad to have him back healthy, certainly.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I didn't, he wasn't in the starting lineup tonight, because I kind of didn't really know how I wanted to use him. Hudson's battling an injury too, so I thought maybe save him, sub in for Hudson. But like I said, obviously didn't know how soon we would need his arm, and so So there was some planning and all that, but it worked out the way it should have. He came in and played really well and had a good hit early in the game. But I've got a lot of good, talented sophomores, not just him, but that are really contributing and very happy with them.
7 hits on the day, Cam. How did you feel about your players' approach at the plate as a general rule in this ball game?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I had a few strikeouts that, I'm obviously not happy with. But like I said, I think there were a lot of hard-hit balls. I know Carter, Hudson, Steven barreled them up. I know Braylon barreled one up.
Yep.
I'm sure I'm missing somebody. But every day is just another opportunity to get better, and we're seeing a lot of good pitchers, a lot of different types of pitches, and hopefully collectively, it's going to make us better down the road. I mean, it's only the third week of the season,
yep.
So it's good for us.
You guys will have one more game here at home tomorrow before you begin your spring break. You've got Cumberland County here at home tomorrow at 5:30. Then you travel down to Florida to take on a few teams down there. What are you hoping to get out of that trip to Florida this year, Cam?
Last year we won 3 ball games down there, and then we lost 1 game by 1 run. Got walked off by Western Hills. So hopefully we can, same thing. I'd like to win 3, 4, 5 ball games down there, and also go down there and compete. There's 2 days that we have 2 double headers, so we're only playing 3 days down there. But I think that plays in our favor. We're used to that. We already played a double header. We've played 14-inning ball game, and I think we've got the depth to challenge people down there. So I think it'll be good for us.
I've always kind of wondered, is it difficult to keep the players focused when you're down there in Florida on spring break with so much other stuff going on too?
Yeah, and last year was my first year as a head coach going, and I was pretty surprised that it wasn't, especially when you play early in the morning. I think obviously that you don't want them to stay up late or nothing, but sure. I think you just get them up, and they're teenage boys. They'll be ready to play, and I think our guys have a goal in mind. They're trying to rack up some wins, and they know what it takes to do so. So, no, I don't have any worries with them.
Our next broadcast is scheduled to be the home game against Caverna on the 14th. That game is still on, correct?
As of right now,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if that changes, we'll let everybody know. But want to say good luck to you guys as you take on Cumberland County tomorrow and then go down to Florida next week for spring break. You guys have a safe trip down there, a safe trip home, and get some wins.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Scotty head coach Cameron Garman, his ball club falls here to Hazard by a final score of 5-4. And this is the TJ Regional Health post-game show, and now we'll turn things over to Bruce. He's going to take a look at our McDonald's final game stats. Bruce?
All right, thank you, Joe. Hazard had 5 runs on 11 hits. There was 2 Glasgow errors, and they strand 9. Tucker Napier got to start. He pitched 1 inning, faced 6 batters, walked 2, gave up 2 hits, and had a wild pitch. Ross Logan came in and pitched 3 1/3 innings. He pitched 61 pitches, faced 16 batters, walked 2, gave up 4 base on balls, gave up 5 hits. He gave up all 4 runs, but he'll get the win. And then Caden Williams came in and got a save, pitched 2 2/3 innings, faced 11 batters, struck out 3, walked 1, did not give up a hit, a run, or an error, or an earned run. He did have 2 hit batters. Offensively for Hazard today, Trace Kincaid was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout. Clint Davidson was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Tucker Napier was 1 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He had a stolen base. He had a base on ball and an RBI. Caden Williams was 3 for 4. He committed an error and he had 3 RBI. Jacoby Little was 1 for 3. He had an error. He had a sacrifice. He struck out once. He had an RBI. Ross Logan was 2 for 4 on the afternoon. They were both singles. They did not have an extra base hit. Jaden Fraley was 1 for 4 on the afternoon. Isaac Bailey was 0 for 4. And Zach Young was 0 for 2. And, I forgot to mark down. Let's see. Sean Johnson came in, and he was 0 for 1. So 33 official at-bats, 5 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. had 2 stolen base, 1 sacrifice. They drew 2 base on balls. They struck out twice and had 5 RBI. They will improve to 4-5. For the Scotties today, 4 runs on 7 hits. There was 1 Glasgow error, and they strand 10. Thomas Glass got the start. He will get the loss, so he's 0-1 on the season now. Pitched 2 innings, faced 16 batters, struck out 1, walked 1, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs. All 5 were earned, and he had 2 wild pitches. Braylon Caldwell came in and pitched the last 5 innings. Nice outing by him. Faced 19 batters, struck out 1, walked 1, gave up 3 hits, but he did not give up a run. Offensively for the Scotties, Houston Haynes was 0 for 3 with a run scored. He was hit by a pitch, drew a base on ball. Stephen Garrett was 1 for 3. He had a double and a base on ball. Houston Gum was 2 for 2 on the afternoon, had 2 base on ball, had 2 RBI. He did score a run. Keaton Haynes was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Carter Hodges was 2 for 3, had a run scored. He committed our lone error. No, we had 2 errors. He had an error. He had a home run. He had 2 stolen base. He had 1 hit by pitch, and he had 2 RBI. Thomas Glass was 1 for 3. He had a double. He drew a base on ball, struck out once. Peyton Limley was 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He had 2 base on balls and 1 strikeout. J.P. Pitcock was 0 for 1. Braden Crawley was 1 for 3, scored a run, had a double. He struck out once. And Garrett Shields was 0 for 4 on the afternoon. He commits a throwing error, and he struck out once. 28 official at-bats, 4 runs on 7 hits. Scotties commit 2 errors. They had 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles and a home run. Stole 2 bases, had a sacrifice. There was let me scratch that sacrifice. That wasn't a sacrifice. I thought it was, but it wasn't. That was on a fly ball, which he didn't knock a run in. We had 2 hit by pitches, 7 base on balls, 6 strikeouts, and 4 RBIs. So the Scotties will fall to 6-5. And as I told you, Thomas Glass got the loss here today.
Thank you, Bruce, very much. Those final game stats brought to you by McDonald's of Glasgow. We continue here on the TJ Regional Health postgame show. We'll take a look at our Hardee's Hot and Fresh play of the game now, as the Scotties saw Carter Hodges get his first ever home run, according to Coach Garman. We didn't realize it was his first one ever. We knew it was his first one of the season. Go back to the top of the 5th inning. It was a solo shot leading the inning off as Carter put that ball over the left field fence, and that results in our Hardee's Hot and Fresh play of the game that is brought to you by Hardee's Restaurants. And our Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance player of the game is also going to be Carter Hodges. He had a good day at the plate. Carter goes 2 for 3. He scored a run. He had 2 RBIs. He also had 2 stolen bases on the day, and he was also hit by a pitch. So he reaches base 3 of the 4 times he came to the plate. Carter Hodges, our Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Joe Myers, player of the game, brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance agent Joe Myers. All right, now our next broadcast will come at you on Tuesday, April the 14th. I believe is the date. No games for us next week because the Glasgow baseball team will be in Florida, and the softball team will be on spring break. They do not have any games scheduled next week. So our next broadcast will come at you on April the 14th, on Tuesday, April the 14th, against Caverna. It's scheduled for a 5 o'clock first pitch. Our broadcast scheduled to begin at 4:45 that day on the Don Franklin Auto Countdown to First Pitch. All right, I want to say thanks to everybody who helped us with the broadcast here today. Jake Kessler back at the studio on the board for us, and, of course, Mr. Will Perkins, our video producer for the live stream. My broadcast partner was Bruce Tribune. Once again, the final score, Hazard defeats Glasgow 5-4. Scotties fall to 6-5 on the year. Hazard improves to 4-5. I'm Joe Myers. Thanks for listening, everybody.